Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Teacher Grace. I hope you are doing fine. So for today's video, I will be sharing some tips about passing the initial interview. So if you are interested, keep on watching. Hi again, welcome back, and thank you for your interest in watching this video. For today's topic, I will be sharing to you on how to pass the initial interview as an online English tutor. So this is not only for rare job application, but it's also applicable to other companies' application. So by the way, what usually happens in the initial interview? So usually the initial interview is to check your equipment. What I meant is that they will check your computer, your internet connection, your camera, your headset, and your environment if it's conducive for learning. Also, they will know some personal information from you, since again this is your initial interview. So this will be your first interview, and it's very important to build good impression during your initial interview. So for the tips, I have here the 3 P's. So as you can see, first we have prepare, then practice, and the last one is pray. So let's go to prepare first. So what are the things that we should prepare? So as a teacher, and this is working online, so we should prepare our equipment. So that includes our computer, our internet connection, noise cancelling headset, and our camera. For example, in rare job, so they don't really expect you to have a very expensive computer as long as it can run Google Chrome and Skype. It's good to go. And your internet connection should be reliable. And of course, your headset should be a noise cancelling headset. And the camera should be at least 720p, something like that. You should have your complete equipment before you have your initial interview. Make sure that it's already prepared. So many people that I know fail the initial interview because of not being prepared with the equipment. So again, teachers, it's common sense to prepare your equipment before you have your initial interview. Okay, let's have the second one is your personal data. So some teachers are very nervous during the initial interview, but again, you don't have to, because the initial interview is again checking your equipment and knowing some details about you. So make sure when you answer the questions about your personal information, you answer them confidently. And if the interviewer will ask you to spell your name, make sure to spell it correctly, and don't stutter, and don't make your voice sound shaky. Okay, just be confident. And also prepare some answers, because most interviewers will have like some questions, especially situational questions. Okay, now let's have the next part. So let's have the second P, it's practice. So you need to practice answering the possible questions. You can do it with one of your family members or with your friend. Or another tip, you can practice answering questions using Zoom. So just create your own room and then practice answering there without anybody. Just look at yourself and then know how you give the answers, and practice proper gestures as well. And by the way, for questions, so I prepared here some example questions that the interviewer might ask you. I'm so sorry, I'm a bit sleepy, so medyo loading. Yeah, so these are the questions that the interviewer might ask you. Again, first you will be asked about your personal information. So for example, your nickname, your complete name, your birthday, your teaching experience, and your internet provider. For example, I will give my own information. So, hi, my name is Grace, but my complete name is Mary Grace Sigasig. I am born on the 24th of May. The year is a secret. But of course, if you will be asked, please give the year. And I have been teaching English for 4 years now. And it was a great opportunity for me to expand. Actually, they will not ask you about your experience. Just they will ask about how long have you been teaching or if you have any experiences. And my internet provider is PLDT. That's all. And in rare job, they will ask you to send your speed test result. They want to make sure if your connection is reliable. And then I have here the possible questions that the interviewer might ask you. Also, I will share to you my own answers. So, no judgments, please. I just want to share to the applicants how I answer these questions. So, it's very important that before you have your initial interview, you are prepared to answer such questions, especially situational questions. So, I did a research and I found these questions, and I hope these will be helpful to you. So, let's have the first possible interview questions during your initial interview. So, what would be the effect if people aren't able to lie? So, you can also practice answering while watching this video. So, this is my sample answer. So, if people aren't able to lie, then there would be no liars in the world. Everyone would be obliged to tell the truth, whether we like it or not. I think it would also make our society a better place to live, since most of the problems in the world are rooted in lying. Sorry with the sentence. So it's most of the problems in the world are rooted in lying. So that is my answer, and you can make yours. Now let's have the next possible question. So when would you say you are most creative? This is my answer. I was most creative when I came up with the idea of making YouTube videos. I believe that it's not easy to create content online because it requires great effort and ample time. Through this activity, I can widen my gauge of being innovative and resourceful. Charot. Yes, this is my answer. You can, of course, pick the most important or the most memorable time when you were creative. So make sure to share your experiences. Okay, next possible question. Give me an example of when you did not meet someone's expectations. And this is my answer. A good example was when I occasionally lost my temper against my brothers. I always think that my parents are looking up to me since I am older than my younger brothers. It's a bit frustrating sometimes, but through this, I can control my emotions and improve myself better. Okay, next. Your student wants to talk about a sensitive topic. What would you do? So this is about your professionalism in the class. So this would be my answer. If my student wants to talk about a sensitive topic, I would decline politely. I will also suggest interesting topics to talk about. As a teacher, it's important to be quick in providing alternative topics for conversations. And this is real. I encountered this one many times. So you need to be resourceful and be prepared all the time. And the last question, how would you handle changes in the company? And this is my answer. Handling changes means acceptance. I would accept these changes sincerely and consider them as opportunities. I believe that change is inevitable and is vital for development and success. Char. Yes, I think it's true. Yes, we need change so that we can know if we are improving or not. And it really happens in a company sometimes. So we need to be ready whenever they have changes, especially when they implement these changes. And yes, practice answering these possible questions. And I'm sure that if you practice, you can nail your initial interview. And the last part is the most important thing. You need to pray. Yes, whenever and whatever we do, we need to ask for God's guidance and remember if it's God's will, He will give it to you. Let me share to you a short story, or it's my experience. When I graduated in the university, so I was looking for a job that I could do. And of course, I tried call center companies, and you know what? I didn't pass. I think I applied at least 5 companies, but I wasn't accepted. I think it's because it's not God's will in my life. And even though I know in myself that I'm not suited to become a call center agent, but it depends on the person's skills. But it's very important to pray and ask God for guidance because whatever it is, so you know that you did your best, and you can, of course, if you fail in rare job or other companies, you can try other companies. Don't lose hope. But for me, praying is the most important thing. And again, as a summary, you need to apply the 3 P's that I shared in this video. So again, first P is to prepare. Prepare your equipment, your computer, your internet connection, your camera, your noise canceling headset, and of course your background. You need to be in a peaceful environment, peaceful place or inside your room, and avoid those unnecessary noises. And then you need to prepare your personal information, and then the possible interview questions that I shared in this video. And of course, you can also watch more YouTube videos so that you will be really equipped with the possible interview questions, and also make or prepare your answers. You can use Zoom so that you will be confident seeing yourself giving your answers, or you can ask your family member or your brother or your sister to ask the questions to you, and so they can help you in, maybe they can give feedback as well. And the last thing is to pray. Yes, pray without ceasing. That's the most important thing.